So, red dots or iron sights, which one is better for you and what your preferences are? My name is Josh, I'm with Gritter, and we're gonna go over that right now. So the age-old question, rather, is, Josh, which one is better? Which one is easier to use? Which one is more beneficial? Do I go with the red dot, right? The modern iron sight, or do I stick with the old and trusty faithful iron sights? Which ones do I go with? And the answer to that is, well, what are you most comfortable with? Whatever you have, I would just say train with it like your life depended on it, because it, hopefully, God forbid, it does. But whatever you get, you want to make sure that you are proficient with it, right? So it's really cool. I myself was against the red dot for a long time, and I had to kind of ease my way into it. There is a slight bit of a learning curve with the red dot. One of the benefits I would say with the red dot is it is allowing you to become more target focused, right? As opposed to with the iron sights, I have essentially 3 focal points that I need to focus on, right? I have the front sight, I have the rear sight, and then I have my target. If we want to be more target focused, it's a little bit harder to do with this, right? So when I stick those sights up in between the target and myself, when I'm kind of jockeying back and forth between that front sight post, that rear sight post, and the target. And that's great for static shooting, but if it becomes really dynamic then, and I'm moving around, it becomes a little bit of a chore to bounce my eyes back and forth. A lot of people have taught stay front sight focused in order to kind of lessen the noise and the distraction of having to, bounce back and forth. With iron sights, you're working more with a perfect sight picture, and with the red dot, you're working with more of an acceptable sight picture. So it's really awesome with the red dot is all I have to do is just take these, sights, the red dot, and stick it in between me and the target, and then a red dot is superimposed on my target. I am able to stay target focused. I can see what's going on around me. I can really see the target, and then I'm just kind of letting that dot float out in space, and if it's on the target, anywhere near where I would like to shoot, I squeeze the trigger. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Once again, there is a little bit of a learning curve, right? Especially if you are used to the presentation with iron sights, you may drive a little bit down or a little bit up, left or right, and then you'll do one of these kind of things, right, where you're trying to find the dot. Hey Josh, I can't find the dot. Dots are trash, I can't use them. Well, hey look, how about you practice, take a breath a little bit, and just try out the dot, right? It is up to you, right? It is your responsibility to take accountability for your skills. So if you are planning to use a red dot or any other piece of equipment on your carry guns, well, you need to practice with them. Don't just think they come out of the box and they turn you into James Bond. That is not the truth, right? So what I like to tell people, especially newbies, is I like to train them on red dots. Now I know that is a backwards kind of mindset that some instructors have. Well, I like to make it as simple as possible for new shooters, right? So all I tell them is, hey look, just keep an eye on your target, stick that red dot in between you and that target. There is a table here. Don't let that gun dip below it or above it. Just sit that gun right on the imaginary table. And as long as you can do that each time, consistently making that presentation the same, you are going to find that dot, right? Scott Jedlinski says it perfectly. Whenever we drive, we are road focused. We are not windshield wiper focused, okay? So I'm keeping my eyes on that target, and I'm just letting that dot just naturally fall in that window. As long as I keep my presentation the same, good stuff. Now, that consistent presentation does carry over to iron sights. It does translate. So if you have a poopy presentation with your red dot, then more often than not, you also have a poopy presentation with iron sights as well. So it's something you've got to look out for, all right? So as you can see, as I'm presenting with the iron sights, my presentation is identical. It's the same with the red dot, okay? Now these are the same grip angles Now, if you bounce around between like staccatos and Walthers and Glocks, then you may have to adjust where that presentation point is for you. But once again, it's something you got to work on. What else? Also, too, did you guys know that we have a Gritter dot? This thing is pretty sick, man. It is really crisp, super clean, holds at 0. And I've been having a lot of fun with this thing. What's nice about the red dot is it teaches you consistent presentations, right? Consistent presentations. So if your presentation is a little bit off, maybe you're driving that gun down a little bit, or you're having to, kind of fish through that window, try to find the optic. Well, more often than not, your presentation is inconsistent. And that goes with iron sights as well, okay? Once again, you're working with a perfect sight picture, which means that I'm doing equal height, equal light. I'm making sure these all line up with each other. And once they do, then I can break that shot. Okay, so got my Gritter holster on here. So the presentation with that red dot is the same, right? I just cast that dot out there like I'm fishing. And then whenever I do my draw, same thing, right? I'm just casting that gun and my sights, iron sights out there like I'm fishing. So guys, if you have any more questions about our Gritter red dots, check out the website. Highly encourage you guys to go check out Scott Jedlinski, Achilles Heel Tactical. They have really awesome classes on red dots and how to become more proficient at them. And stay tuned for that. We're actually going to take a Scott Jedlinski class over in March. We're going to talk to him a little bit about it. Well, guys, my name is Josh. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials. Like, comment, subscribe on this video, and let us know what else you'd like to see. We'll see you later.